Hello everyone. As in the previous session we have learned about shares, meaning of share capital, issue of shares for cash, issue of shares for consideration other than cash, issue of shares at par, premium and discount, and under subscription of shares. So now in this session we will continue with the oversubscription of shares. See, as we know, under subscription of shares means where the number of shares applied by the public is less than the number of shares offered by the company. For example, if a company has issued 1000 shares of rupees 10 each and the public has applied for 800 shares of rupees 10 each. So this is the case of undersubscription. Now oversubscription is just opposite of undersubscription, where the number of shares applied by the public is more than the number of shares offered by the company to the public. So for example, if a company has offered 1000 shares of rupees 10 each and the public has applied for 1500 shares of rupees 10 each. So this is the case of oversubscription. However, as the company cannot allot shares more than that offered for subscription, so the board of directors will have to allot shares on pro rata basis. Now what is pro rata? Pro rata means that smaller number of shares are allotted to each applicant according to the number of shares applied by him. Next topic is forfeiture of shares. Now what is forfeiture of shares? When the company calls the amount of shares and if any shareholders fails to pay the amount due on allotment or any other call within the specified period, the directors may cancel his shares. So now this cancellation of share is known as forfeiture of shares. Shareholders are also given a minimum of 14 days notice to pay the unpaid amount with accrued interest. In spite of this notice, if the shareholder doesn't pay the unpaid amount, his share will be forfeited. Also, the name of the shareholders is removed from the register of members. We will now discuss some entries on forfeiture of shares. So, the first case is forfeiture of shares issued at par. So, here entry will be share capital account debit to share allotment account to share call account to share forfeiture account. Now why share capital account is debited? As when the shareholders pays the amount of shares, then the share capital is credited. But in case of forfeiture where the shares are cancelled, it must be debited. And it will be debited for the amount which has been called so far on the forfeited shares into number of shares forfeited. And all the unpaid call that are remained unpaid by the shareholders, it will be credited in order to cancel the debit balance, and the amount already paid by the shareholder is credited to share forfeiture account. And one more important thing is, when the calls and arrears account is maintained by the company, then the calls and arrears account will be credited instead of share allotment account and share call account. So let's take an example of forfeiture of shares issued at par. Gopal was holding 100 shares of rupees 10 each of a company on which he had paid rupees 3 on application and rupees 2 on allotment, but could not pay rupees 2 on first call. So if the shares of Gopal are forfeited by the directors, entry for forfeiture will be, so here the called up value is 3 on application, 2 on allotment and 2 on first call. So the total called up value is 3 plus 2 plus 2, that is 7, and the number of shares forfeited is 100. So the share capital account will be debited with the amount 7 into 100, that is 700. Now here Gopal has not paid the amount of first call. So as we know, all the unpaid call account is credited. So the amount of first call will also be credited. So how much amount he has not paid? He has not paid rupees 2 on first call, and the number of shares forfeited is 100. So 2 into 100, that is 200. And at last, as we know, the Gopal has actually paid the amount, it will be credited to the share forfeiture account. Okay, so how much amount Gopal has actually paid? 3 on application, 2 on allotment. So the total will be 3 plus 2, 5. 5 into number of shares forfeited, 100. So what will be the amount to the share forfeiture account? 500. Now the next condition is when the forfeiture takes place after the premium is received. So if the premium is fully collected by the company, it cannot be cancelled even after the share is forfeited. And also securities premium reserve account will not be debited. For example, X Limited issued 100 shares of rupees 10 each to Gopal at a premium of rupees 4 per share. Gopal had paid the amount of application rupees 3.50 per share, allotment rupees 6.50 including premium, and he has not paid rupees 2 on first call and rupees 2 on final call. So the entry for forfeiture of shares will be, so here called up value is 3.50 on application, 6.50 including premium. As we know, securities premium is not debited, so we will not include the amount of premium. So amount of premium is 4. So 6.50 minus 4 is 2.50. So 3.50 is on application, 2.50 is on allotment after deducting the amount of securities premium, 2 is on first call and rupees 2 is on second call. So the total amount of called up value is 3.50 plus 2.50, that is 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. And how much is the amount forfeited shares? It is 100. So we will multiply rupees 10 into 100 and we will debit the share capital account with 1000. 100 into 10 is 1000. Now the unpaid amount of is, which the Gopal has not paid, it is 2 on first call. Okay, so 2 into 100, that is 200, and 2 on final call. 2 into 100, that is 200. And the amount which the Gopal has paid is 3.50 on application and 2.50 excluding premium is 2.50. So total amount is 3.50 plus 2.50, that is 6. So we will multiply 6 with 100. So share forfeiture account will be credited with 600. So the next condition is when forfeiture takes place before the premium is received. It means when a share is forfeited on which the premium has become due but has not been received either wholly or partially. So in this case, securities premium reserve account will be debited with the full amount of premium. For example, X Limited issued 100 shares of rupees 10 each to Gopal at a premium of 4 per share. Only 3.50 per share have been received on these shares on application. Gopal has not paid rupees 6.50 on allotment including premium, rupees 2 on first call and rupees 2 on final call. Entries will be, here Gopal has paid only 3.50 per share on application. That means he has only paid the application money and he has not paid the allotment money, that is 6.50 including premium. Amount of premium is 4 rupees. Okay. So the amount of allotment will be 6.50 minus 4, that is 2.50. And also he has not paid rupees 2 on first call and rupees 2 on final call. So as we know, share has been forfeited before the premium is received. So in this case, securities premium reserve will be debited. So how much is the called up amount? It is 3.50 on application, 2.50 on allotment excluding premium, that means 6, and rupees 2 on first call and rupees 2 on final call. So 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 10. So the called up amount will be 100 into 10, that is 1000. So share capital account will be debited with 1000. Premium is rupees 4 and the number of shares forfeited is 100. So securities premium reserve will be debited with 400. Rest, the uncalled amount, that is 6.50 excluding premium is 2.50. But as securities premium reserve account is debited, so allotment amount along with the premium will also be credited to cancel the debit balance. The other uncalled amount is 2 on first call, that is 100 into 2, 200, and 2 on final call. So 2 into 100, that is 200, and the amount actually received from Gopal will be credited as share forfeiture account, and the amount will be 3.50 into 100, that is 350. So in this session we have learned oversubscription of shares and forfeiture of shares. And in the next session, we will continue with the reissue of forfeited shares. So that's all for today. Thank you.